Hello and welcome to Tech Proman. Today in this video I would be taking you through the lead acid battery phenomenon and its functioning, basically the internal construct. I've made a short video regarding the internal construct of the lead acid battery. I would be also demonstrating how a weak battery. I have taken an example of my own bike battery. I'll be showing how to recharge it and desulfate it. What is desulfation, what is sulfation of a battery, the charging, the discharging of the battery, everything would be covered in the coming videos. These videos would be in parts. This is the part 1 of it, and I will be creating multiple parts of it. Part 3 probably would be there, which would be the last part, and I would be more or less covering lead acid batteries, the sealed maintenance free SMF type of batteries, and periodic maintenance type, that is the addition of distilled water type batteries. All this would be covered in these 3 parts, so stay tuned. Do like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and watch the full videos so that you get the proper understanding and the proper knowledge about it. Do not take any risk after watching this video. Do take proper precautions. The PPE should be apt, and your protection gears would be always on. So stay tuned and let's get back to work. So this is what my friend just explained. Thank you. And as you can see, I don't have so much of nice drawing skills, just as my friend had, and he drew very nice, pretty nice. It was really a good work. So this is the dilute H2SO4, which is there as an electrolyte, and lead dioxide would be on the anode, that is the positive terminal, and the spongy lead would be there on the negative terminal. All these terminals, as you saw in the video, would be connected in series to give out a positive and a negative terminal out of it. The voltage is measured between these two terminals, which comes to around 12 to 13.8 volts. Now I will show you another diagram what I just mentioned earlier in my video. Consider this as a single cell having 2 plates. This is the positive and this is the negative. This is the electrolytic solution, and over here it would be lead dioxide, over here it would be lead, and over here it would be H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. This is dilute. Now when a resistive load is connected between these, the current flows from here to here. This is called the discharging cycle of the battery, and in this sulfur ions get deposited over here, and this generally creates a sulfation of the battery over a period of time during multiple discharge cycles. Now, whenever there is a battery which is a car battery or a bike battery, definitely a charger or a regulator and rectifier or the RR unit, it gives a proper charging current to this battery, which is equivalent to the total load which is there on any vehicle. Now the charging current is actually the opposite of it. I'll remove this. So the charging current flows over here and like this. This is the, you will say, charger. This cycles goes on and on for multiple years, and if over a period of time, that is aging of the battery, the severe sulfation occurs on the plates of this battery. There are multiple plates across the battery, and this sulfation makes the battery weak. It cannot hold the charge, it cannot be charged properly. If you charge it, it goes, the charging voltage, I will let you know one more thing. The charging voltage for a 12 volt battery is 14.4 volts. This is the charging voltage. Now, whenever the battery is weak or it is getting sulfated, whenever you charge a battery, it will accept the charge but it will not retain the charge. And the internal resistance of a battery, every battery will have an internal resistance, that will get increased, and hence it will not be able to accept quick charging, the amount of charging current that it used to accept when it was new, and hence such kind of complications arises when you don't get the proper cranking amps. It is called the CCA, cold cranking amps. I have taken an example of my own battery. Please note that whatever examples or the products that I am using over here, they are just for the demonstration purpose only. I have used them on my self learning and example purpose or demonstration purpose. Do not consider this as a recommended procedure or any stated guideline of that product or the manufacturer of the product. So please do not misunderstand this. This is as per my own knowledge. I am demonstrating whatever I know so that it can be helpful to you. Okay, so we were at cold cranking amps. So cold cranking amps would be the cranking amps which the self starter requires when it is cranking yourself, when it is cranking your engine. And over a period of time when the sulfation occurs, this cold cranking amps gets reduced and you don't get a proper self and your engine does not crank, or it cranks in a weak manner such that it does not start. Now there are many reasons where you can have a sulfation or a battery getting weak or a battery getting dead. So not all conditions are recoverable. Please note, the way in which the battery has died is the main cause of concern when you are reviving a battery. Over here what I have taken is a battery of 3.5 years. It has gone through multiple charge and discharge cycles, so I am expecting a sulfation, severe sulfation of this anode, and it is not able to retain the charge. Even if I charge it, it loses the charge. Hope you understand all these terminologies and the jargons which are used in this. This is as per my best knowledge. I'll show you a video now wherein I have connected the battery to a charger. Initially I had tested the battery for the voltage, and it was around 10 plus volt something. Then I opened up the battery. That is a SMF battery. It is a sealed maintenance free battery. There was no liquid inside it, and to revive that battery or to regenerate that battery, to desulfate that battery, I would be adding a solution of distilled water plus MgSO4, Epsom salt. Guys, make sure that you use Epsom salt and not the ordinary or any other salt, because this is MgSO4 and the other ones are sodium chloride. We would be using MgSO4 to help in electrolysis and to regain the concentration of H2SO4 by the reverse process of charging and desulfation that we carry out. We'll limit this video right now just to measure the voltage of the battery, and then we will continue in part 2. Stay tuned. Bye bye.